east, west, north, and south. Man, it's been challenging to get this up and going. Everyone has their different. I just wanted to be a part of what it stands for is this time, and I feel like at times it's losing the meaning of what it's for between other stuff that I can't understand. And this is the ideas behind it. It's just for something that I don't know. It's support. I can't imagine like people who do talk shows and it just becomes something of like than what it's for. It's for entertainment in the evening time. It's for entertainment, and it's not for war, tug and find criticism. It's for happiness. It's a time of the day where you can just look forward to and says, okay, this is the real thing. It's legit. It's good. It has a little bit of this and that, but the more the challenges of keeping it to where it's supposed to be, the less of the genuine product you're going to get. I don't know if it makes sense to you in any way or form, but diluting it will make it have the substance that it's supposed to have to generate the impact on what it's for. It's for something for fun. It's for something for now, and it's something that we all can connect with. And if this is my number one hit, so others have number one hit in different place in their life, in different categories. Like some people have their number one hits in music, some have their number one hits in construction, someone have the number one hits in house building, some in restaurants, some in different in becoming managers and supervisors. So if this is my number one hit, then I think I worked it, hard enough for it. And this dream, and this voyage really was based on when I realized the saying when you say like, who are the hearts you have in your pockets, and whose hearts is in your pocket, and who did you leave, and where did you leave with their hearts in your pocket? And when I think about my upbringing and the people that I probably leave from my country, not knowing that in perseverance of a dream, this would be the result, and it's not necessarily something that you could really understand until you grow into a life and find out and find the correct words that associate it with the events. And so I've discovered the correct words that could associate with their feelings and their emotions of my departure, and just like others in this. And it's a matter, it could be a different state that you're from, it could be a different county, you move to a different region of this 50 to exchange and generate new ideas. So this is based solely on my perspective on generating my source and evaluating myself, and knowing that there are possible others around this world could be just like me and having the same thing. And I identify in this music is, in this song or this poetry is, whose hearts did you take within your pocket? And and in that way, in that shape, it's an evaluation of oneself, and you can evaluate it if you can somehow connect that dots too and say, well, this is possible true, or this is maybe not so. It's just based on clear and understanding. And but it's not a known situation, it's an exploration situation that that we find ourselves, and to find the greater you, and to win the goal and take back home, or to find your adventure, to find you and create and win the trophy, and then it's like you share that. So this is based solely on the event of today and every day. And I said you could correspond it with something that you eat in, or something of something. You can make a connection with it of some sort that connects with your life. And if it's good for you, that's up to you. And if it's something that you just want to indulge in, that's up to you. But the way this started out was something you could do, like a glass of water, a banana, an apple, a fruit of some sort, and it's just solely unto you. I'm giving back to you a time and moment that you can always remember, and you're giving me your time and attention. And so for the people who fight for this to be what it is, I've dished out a few nuggets out there that you can use as an investment, and so I give those back in return for your time. And that nuggets is something that you can have a lifetime of value and a lifetime of investment in, and it should. And so your time that you invest, the nuggets that I give is a lifetime of value. Such a good trade. And so the people who believes in this, my heart goes out to you for it. Thanks you. The people who not yet get accustomed to it, it might take a little bit of time, but it's something. When I say the all corners of the world, it's all corners of here, the States as well. And so it's something that we can have, but not to diminish or don't make it. It won't be pure, it won't be genuine. It has to be pure, and it has to be genuine. It's not, I remember, it's not to put down anyone of any sort, no nation, no ethnic group, no color. I made fun of myself. I said, I asked my mom, I said, listen, out of the 12 boxes of crayon, the only one you could find was black. And I kind of put that on myself out there, just to put it out there that this is no criticism of anyone or any particular person. And yes, I may be not the person that anyone would thought would be in this position, neither myself, but I've worked extremely hard for this time and this moment. If I have really, I've really put the time in. And like I said, I started with charcoal in my young age, and that's an extremely hard work. I did logistic to send myself to school, and when I say logistic, I'm not saying not only trucks, but if you ever seen Cool Runnings before, a cart thing that I would shuttle tomatoes with to people for the market, and that's how I sent myself to school. I never put it on anyone. That was my responsibility. And so, yes, I stopped for a little bit, started working at a bakery, but to send my own self to school. And so, in the growth of my life and the growth of now, I would think I got here and I got here and I put in the mileage with the families, yes, and take them vacation when I could. I work extremely hard, 3 or 4 jobs, 115 hours a week sometimes. Yes, but the point is, it's a build up from, this is supposed to be something of, this is something of us. And this is, if this is my number one it, or my time, or my moment, I am extremely sorry for anyone else who's not having their moment here. But it's a cycle because we're a fan of each other. And so it's extremely important. This is, and I go through the first settings of, I wrote it in my room, yeah, and I started to write more, and I had more things. I started out with the 4 different stages of numbness that I think that a society can be a part of, and it's not any form of blaming anyone for anything. It's just a life experience that I cannot so able to fully put in a book at this moment. So it started out with just trying to understanding the culture of investing, and a shift to a gear where I think I could be more of something of a coach possible, or give input or insight. And so I started writing an inspiration of, people who that can be sharing the same sort of struggle. And I mean, when I say the struggle of people who is mainly in the middle class, possible in the poor class, because they're the ones that's opening up the small stores and the restaurants early in the morning for the more wealthy to grab their coffee and their Starbucks or whatever thing on the way to work. So I could see a picture of this clearer, so I relate to this topic more. However, once you furthermore and learn more into what life is, then you understand not only the poor class go through struggles, but also the more wealthy have their own struggles. But it's just their challenges absolutely different from what us. But a struggle is a struggle regardless. It's still obstacles. No wealthy guy have just pure smooth and mellow day. It don't work like that. I came up with a thing saying, being an iconic person, it's not like a week in paradise at no time. It's extremely challenging. And so understanding that, but you don't understand that until you reach or grow to a certain level of understanding that you can say, well, these people also share challenges. These people also share difficult times. Not only the poor class, not only the middle class, but also the wealthy. And so, but our journeys are just completely different. And yes, every so often one of us from the poor class will move up to the middle class, and we'll get rich or get wealthy, one of us one at a time. And so it's the cycle of the wealth too. One wealth will move on to a different stage, the next person that's in the rich will move up to wealth, and that's how the cycle goes. And everyone has to just be patient, because it goes through that sort of behavior, that sort of pattern. Yes, it does, but it takes time to understand this. It takes time to know. It takes time for all this to come together. when I say it takes time, if you are a poor man out there, so you work at the flea market, or you sell with your family and your friends at the flea market, I'm just taking it down to this level because this is our society and this is what it builds on. It's not just on the build from the top. No, this is the ground floor. So the same guy that at the flea market, maybe 3 or 4 of his sons or 2 of his daughter can become a nurse, a doctor, an engineer of some sort. So it's still from the ground up to the top. So any of these people, any of this family, this man, this woman, sometimes you go and you shop from this person at the market, and you're so fortunate to give them something that's rewarding, and that's a lifetime of changes for them, and not only them but for their family too. And so I'm just saying that just one person sometimes will get that, and that will happen, and you never know who it will be, but that person will be greatly and so appreciative of it. But I am saying what this stands for, if it's diluted, it won't hold up. That's good. Like when I arrive here, you have to learn 100 questions about the history of the country. 100 questions, and it's questions that you have to remember when you go to the immigration to answer. You have to remember. You don't know which one of these 100 questions are going to be asked, so you have to study, and I had to study all those questions to understand what it's about. And so in coordination with that couldn't dilute. That had to be what it's for. So in this minute, in this time, whosoever I see and whosoever feel it in themselves that this is worth, thank you so much. I appreciate each and everyone out there that think this is something that they enjoy watching. And I normally start off with this straight to the point topics, but then I try to add a little fun laughter in it for you, just to just to warm you up, because that's what it comes with. Because sometimes I can be a little bit sharp with my words, such as when I say, if you see the scars on my face or on my hands, those are very too true, but it's with everyone. Entertainers that's used to be at the working a certain time, they had a little scars at times that they grew up with, and from that, so it's just that sort of, and no, sometimes it can be like that with it, but that's besides the point. When I talk about whose heart's in your pocket, that's based on the idea of when you leave to find your greater self from a home, whether it's from any parts of the world to here, or in the city here, in the States here, to another city, and to find who you are and come in contact with different people, and then it happens from there. But at the same time, I felt like whose heart did not knowing that was that was the journey, but it's the journey within a journey, and the focus. Because I tell you this, when someone becomes wealthy, or when someone's become rich, or when someone's become really, really rich or wealthy, the last thing they would want to happen is for them to lose that. So they work. So that's why you have to learn and understand that not only the wealthy have trouble, not only the poor have such a hard time, but the wealthy also have to work twice. The middle class have to work twice as hard to maintain that level, to maintain that height. So, but these are things that you have to take time to grow into and learn, and the different, and be open-minded about the different ideas that you can allow to come in that can connect to something that makes sense. But again, my name is Taz. Thank you so much for being a part of this podcast, and I know your time is valuable. Let's go into this. Yo, that's hello in Turkey. Konnichiwa, that's hello in Japanese. Hola, that's hello in Spanish. Xin chao, that's hello in Vietnamese. Ni hao, hello in Chinese. Namaste, that's hello in Hindi. Yo in Jamaica, hello. Bonjour, hello in French. Hello in English, hello, hello. Hello, oyenki desu ka? That's how are you in Japanese. ¿Cómo estás? ¿Cómo estás? How are you in Spanish? Apikasina, that's how are you in Hindi. Marhaba, that's hello in Turkish. Silaika salam / Naslin, that's how are you in Turkish. Ni hao ma, how are you in Chinese. Comment allez-vous, how are you in French. Through the valleys and the terrains of the Appalachian Mountains, through the winding turn and curves on the monstrous hills of the Great Smoky Mountain, into the towns and the small surrounding city of this historic land, where many history of the place and its people. It's also a place that many call home. People, corners of the world, somehow find their home here, which transform each and every one to be a part of the core of a county, a town, a city, a state, and a country. How remarkable is this story? A multi-race and genders are a part of our daily success. It's an unbelievable diversity sculpture, because people all corners of the world have come here. In this place of beauty, character, and love, welcome to the time of the day where we can enjoy the free gift of life. I have discovered happiness is there in everything and in everyone. My name is Taz. Fireworks. Thank you so much. If I take a break for 2 or 3 minutes, let's say 4 minutes, 5 minutes, and so I come back, I give you a few jokes, have a little laughter. Thanks.